there are times when a consumer can do his own paint job if it's a fairly simple thing, maybe like they're just going to repaint the walls in a small room. There's not a lot of patchwork that needs to be done, and it doesn't need a lot of extra attention like repairs or priming and those kind of things. The other thing that is hard for most consumers to do would be like a big two-story foyer where you've got to get on tall ladders. You need walkboards. You need special tools to reach the height to paint it. Those would be an area. There are often times that a homeowner will paint most of the house, and I just paint the difficult to reach places. I do that all the time for people. But when it gets into, some people just aren't very good at caulking, for instance, making it look nice. That takes some practice. It takes a skill. You have to develop a skill for that. So it kind of depends on the kind of room they're painting and how comfortable they are. If it doesn't look just right, if don't have the skill set for that, then they need to maybe consider a professional.
Well, let me use my example. I'm a good painter.
Right.
Okay? But one thing I don't know, which would have been good for me to have known, which you would know, is that like on the ceiling of my family room, I have all this stain
coming through.
Yeah. And I put a stain blocker on there.
Right.
Okay? And I put that on there, and then I painted it 2 years ago, and now I see all this black stuff going through.
Right.
Okay, now I painted it myself. Now if I would call you in for you to do it, the difference is, I guess, and I'm guessing, and then maybe tell me I'm wrong or not, you're going to know how to stop it so that stain doesn't keep coming through, and then the paint's going to be there for the next X number of years. I mean, what's...
Well, there's different stain blockers, and some work better than others for different things. And water stain, there's a product made by Zinsser that is called BIN, B-I-N, and it works far better than any other stain blocker I've ever used.
Is that right?
It smells terrible. It's got a horrible smell, but it's a lacquer-based product. But man, I tell you what, it does the job.
Huh.
Now, if that ever gets wet again, the stain will come right through.
Okay.
So if it doesn't get wet again, it won't ever, that stain won't ever show up. But if it gets wet again, then the stain will come right back through.